Since the beginning of time, the age-long argument has been whether man gets to control his future or not. The answer is yes and no. Man gets to control his future by the choices he makes. As an individual, a third party can alter the future of another man by changing his choice slightly. Even if a choice is made a few minutes or a few seconds earlier, this results in a whole new story for the individual and the people who his choice affects. I am one of the watchers missed the part. Join me as we search the multiverse to see how one man's choice can completely change another man's life. Season 1, Episode 20. What if Bucky Barnes became Captain America and Steve Rogers became the Winter Soldier? My fright could have no bounds as I realized the zombie apocalypse had started more than I could have ever anticipated. Already, two powerful magic-influenced zombies have captured Thanos of Reality 369. I could not tell you what they were planning to do yet, as their presence in Reality 369 was only adding more and more changes to the timeline of that reality. My major grievance was that Arshman of Reality 780, however, he had decided to change the timeline of Reality 368 by instructing Thanos to invade Earth in the 1940s, thus causing a shift in the timeline. My major concern now was a new reality was being created as a result of this altercation, and pruned that reality would have been served rather difficult. I had to find a way to get rid of that reality quickly, or the dark magic powered zombies would only find a way to channel power from this new reality, just like Dark Loki had channeled power from his realities. Then it occurred to me, I could find a way to solve the current predicament, but I knew that to do that, I had to break my oath of non-interference again, as it seemed like everyone I obtained help from did rather a messy job. In seconds, I took a deep breath, my power affecting changes immediately, into a reality far away from the chaos and the madness. When Bucky Barnes opened his eyes, he was surprised to see rather strange-looking equipment around him. As he looked around and realized that he did not recognize anything, he got into a frenzy. However, he calmed down when a man entered the room. Bucky asked the man where he was, and the man answered by saying that Bucky had been trapped in the ice for 70 years. Barnes was in a room with very strange faces that he could not understand. They identified themselves as Fury's new team. This team comprised of Clint Barton, Tony Stark, Natasha Romanoff, and Bruce Banner. Fury had gathered them together when he started having flashes of impending destruction. Quite oddly, Bucky had the same dreams while he was trapped in the ice. The entire scenario did not make sense for any of them. What was going on? Little did they know that one of the Watchers had tampered with the fabric of time in Reality 555, using my powers to switch the lives of Bucky Barnes and Steve Rogers by ensuring that Steve Rogers was involved in the train accident, and Bucky Barnes strove to fight Hydra, eventually crashing his plane into the ocean. By doing this, I created a new reality, Reality 1084. However, as one of the Watchers, I was not meant to interfere. My interference had led to some unexpected consequences. Now, some people in this new reality had flashes of the reality that once existed. But there was something I knew would happen that no one else did. In time, my newly created reality would collapse, and when it did, it would destroy the new reality that was created before it. I would destroy the reality where the zombies reside. Bucky had tried his very best to convince the Avengers to give Steve Rogers a chance. When he revealed that he had been having dreams of his best friend, Steve, Natasha noted that Steve Rogers was now an agent of Hydra. This, of course, had been extremely shocking to Bucky. He would have not believed that Steve survived that train accident, or that he was now a tool for Hydra. He begged them and the team to work together to free Steve, whom he was sure was brainwashed as he had been kidnapped and experimented on by Hydra before. The team was still uncertain. As they had just met Barnes, he wasn't exactly in the position to make demands. However, to their shock, a portal opened, and a female figure stepped inside. Before they could put themselves in a fighting stance, the figure raised her hands and pulled off her hoodie. She introduced herself as Sylvie, of the TVA of Reality 444, and right now she had to warn them something. After this strange warning, the Avengers knew better than to rescue Steve, according to Sylvie, who was against my plans to annihilate two realities at once. She noted that once Steve was saved, their reality would be solidified, and it would collapse on itself, destroying reality that came before it. Barnes would not hear of it. He was going to save his best friend, and it seemed as if the new team did not want to assist him. In that case, he would not mind going to rescue Steve on his own. Before he could move, Natasha quickly zapped him, apologizing in succession. When Sylvie had made her poor attempt to stop my plans, I had not been moved. After all, I had a backup plan, just in case Bucky Barnes was unable to convince the Avengers to help him save Steve. Loki of Reality 444, using the godlike powers, infiltrated the Hydra facilities. Steve was in. After an intense battle with Steve, Loki used his magic to restore Steve's memory, and then Loki had a tempad to escape this already collapsing world. And thus my plans worked. Reality 1084 was destroyed, and with it, Reality 1083, where the zombies resided, was destroyed as well. I smiled, knowing that I had done my duty to multiple realities. Loki of Reality 444 met Sylvie back in their reality and began to explain why he helped me complete my plans. Though Sylvie had opposited it, however, a hurt Sylvie would not hear of it and she walked away. As she walked away into the hallway, she felt a sudden pain in her head. She cried out loud, realizing that she was transforming into a horrible undead creature. I realized too late that the zombies had a backup plan. Using their captive, Thanos, they used magic to channel his army using their power combined with the Infinity Stones to start infecting people in every reality with the zombie virus. Then they escaped Reality 1083 before it had collapsed. It was then I knew that the real zombie apocalypse had begun, and that is going to be the short but insane what if of what if Captain America had switched roles with Bucky Barnes. This is What If Season 1 Episode 20. If you guys do enjoy these videos and want to stay all up to date with the latest content, do make sure to subscribe, like, share, and turn your notifications on so you and your friends are all up to date with the latest content. Thanks again for tuning in, and we have Season 1's finale coming soon.